almost like peering down on the star-filled night sky at your feet. It's the city at night seen from a height of 450 meters. Make unforgettable memories. City lights stretching for as far as the eye can see. Find it at Tokyo Skytree.
Man, look at all these cars.
Hey, have you heard, by the way? The Japanese company Kobelco is working to make the world's cars lighter.
So what does that mean?
Kobelco is using aluminum and steel technologies to make car parts and bodies lighter around the world.
Ah, Japanese technology. The country of karate. Ha! Ha! Ha!
Why do we always do that?
I don't know.
The talk of the world. Kobelco.
We do our jobs with sincerity and integrity to make a better living environment for the people and our society. Today's work, tomorrow's heritage. Shimizu Corporation.
Welcome to Channel Japan. I'm Maki Arai.
And I'm Makiko Tsuda.
Every week we bring you the freshest information out of Japan, right here from a studio in Tokyo.
From the economy to culture and even food, if you want to find out what's happening in Japan right now, this is where you'll find it.
So today we will unveil some great visiting spots in the Kamakura area that are not yet known to many tourists.
Kamakura, a popular spot that's an hour's train journey away from the heart of Tokyo. At Hasadera Temple, many hydrangea flowers bloom during the rainy season. Over 20 million tourists visited Kamakura last year. We asked the locals about hidden sites of interest in Kamakura. It's close to the sea. And also has mountains. Today, we will introduce fascinating places of Kamakura that are not well known. We first arrive at Komachi Dori Street, located on the east side of Kamakura Station. With a long row of over 250 restaurants and souvenir shops, this street is always bustling with tourists. There has been a sudden boost in the number of girls walking around in kimonos in Kamakura recently. For those who aren't familiar with the dressing technique, kimono rental services are available. The rental service includes assistance in dressing. We headed to a coffee shop popular with the locals to ask their recommendation for a place to eat lunch.
この辺だと駅の横のお稲荷さん屋の高専さんがいいですよ。
In front of Kitakamakura Station is Kosen, a restaurant that specializes in inari sushi. Lots of customers are outside the restaurant at lunchtime. However, when we take a look inside, there's no one there.
申し訳ございません。今召し上がり休ませていただいております。お持ち帰りだけにさせていただいて。
This lady manages the restaurant. Eating-in services used to be available. However, due to its overgrowing popularity and shortage of staff, they now only offer takeouts. This inari sushi is highly rated and loved by the local residents. The perfect balance between the sweet fried tofu and rice is very appetizing. Unlike regular inari sushi, Its long shape is distinctive. Its recipe has been handed down over 200 years.
一つ一つ手でやってるもんね。手間暇かけて作ります。
In regular inarizushi making, deep-fried tofu is cut in half to make a bag shape. Yet the secret to these long-shaped ones is that a cut is made in the side of a whole deep-fried tofu. Steady work is needed in order to make 600 of these a day. After taking time parboiling them, excess oil is removed. Then, adding a secret sauce they have been continually adding to for years, along with special white sugar used in high-class Japanese confectionery, it is stewed for an hour. Light-tasting rice that has been simply prepared with high-quality rice vinegar and salt is put inside the deep-fried tofu and formed into shape. They have kept to this method of making inarizushi since the 17th century. We took a stroll after lunch.
書いてありますね。絹張山15分って書いてますよ。
Mount Kinubariyama, with an altitude of 120 meters, takes about 15 minutes to ascend on foot. It's an easy hiking trail that's not widely known. A few minutes walk from the city and you can enjoy the world of nature. This is also what makes Kamakura an attractive spot. After a 10-minute walk, we are suddenly faced with a big, wide hole. This is, in fact, a stone quarry where high-quality Kamakura stone was extracted to make stone steps, such as for temples. 15 minutes since we began the trail, we have arrived at the top. A beautiful view stretches before us. Surrounded by hills on three sides and the sea on one side, Kamakura is also known as a natural fortress. The shogunate government was established here 800 years ago. Kamakura is scattered with various sites and historic places and reminds many tourists of events in history. One of these hidden but popular spots is Jomyoji Temple. During the rainy season, the various shades of hydrangea flowers add color to the grounds. There is a legend that Fujiwara no Kamatari, the founder of the Fujiwara clan, buried a kama, meaning sickle, in the mountains behind the temple, and this gave Kamakura its name. We found an unusual building in the premises of this historic temple. This Western-style house seems very out of place. It is actually a cafe and restaurant within the Jomyoji Temple grounds. The old building, which was built over 90 years ago, has been reconstructed. The garden boasts colorful flowers that can be viewed from season to season. Their fancy menu consists of foods such as salads using Kamakura's local vegetables and homemade scones.
お寺の奥にまさかこんな洋風の空間があるっていうのがやっぱり見てみてすごいびっくりして
感動して言葉が出なかったです。この建物も素晴らしいし、このお庭も素晴らしいし。
When touring around Kamakura, taking the Enoden line is a must. The scenery from the window is sure to add excitement to your trip. After the view of the sea, we arrive at Koshigoe Station. Around the station, there are lots of signs that read Shirasu, whitebait. With so many choices, it's hard to pick a place to eat. On our search for the finest, we thought the fishing port would be our best bet. This fishery specializes in shirasu fish. How does freshly caught shirasu taste? The freshness of shirasu is very important. Just caught shirasu is immediately boiled or sun-dried, and this process needs to be done as soon as possible. Therefore, in order to fish for them, the coast needs to be very close. When the nets are drawn out of the sea, there is a large catch of lively fresh shirasu. Glittering in the sun, they are sometimes called diamonds of the sea. Seaweed and refuse are carefully removed. To keep the freshness, ice is quickly added. So that they can have a taste of this fresh shirasu, in front of the shop, crowds of people wait in line. This is the Shirasu Zokushi set meal, which includes a full course of freshly caught shirasu. There is a raw serving of shirasu, boiled shirasu, and shirasu with vegetables fried in batter. The catch of shirasu depends on the fishing day. Consequently, it is recommended to go early in the morning. Looking for more hidden spots, we ride the Enoden line again. This is an old established Japanese-style confectionery maker that has been running for over 200 years. Their predecessors loved the Enoden line so much that they were given a carriage, and they even reconstructed their house so that it would fit inside. These bean jam-filled wafers, Enoden Monaka, are recommended. There are different flavors of beans in each of the 5 charming packages, and they sell out by early afternoon during holidays due to its popularity. They have rejected offers with major department stores, and as a result, they can only be bought here.
うちで作ったものを自分で作ったものだけを売りたいっていうことでやってたので、江ノ電さんとかに乗ってここに来て時に買っていただいたりとか、もちろん地元の方が普段召し上がっていただくようなのが一番大事なので。
It is a taste of Kamakura that has been loved by local residents for many years.
The shirasu fish, they look really good.
It did.
So does Kamakura have a good chance at becoming registered as a World Heritage Site?
Well, actually their initial goal was to be registered in 2013, but unfortunately they weren't accepted in the previous selection process. However, though, there are examples like Hiraizumi, which was rejected once but renominated and registered afterwards.
So I'm sure the local residents are very much motivated to back up the bid for the next selection. Yes. That's it for Channel Japan Ranking. After the break, we'll be showing a documentary program. Stay tuned.
Omron is a company like no other. It defines expectations because engineers are constantly working on something new. Machines that are attuned to the way people think and move. Therein lies technology that will one day help the future. We automate. Omron.
We believe cities are about people. Mori Building.
Mitsui & Company.
Mitsubishi Electric is helping to change the environment for the better around the world.
Green subway systems in India.
Green solar power systems in Singapore.
Sistem AC ramah lingkungan di Indonesia.
Eco changes for a greener tomorrow. Mitsubishi Electric.
You're watching Channel Japan. In our next segment, we'll introduce some of our popular documentary programs. Today from Japanese Dream by TBS, we're showing a scientist who is researching lettuce cultivation.
A semiconductor manufacturing plant that faced a bankruptcy crisis has created miraculous vegetables. This fresh and crispy lettuce retains its freshness for up to 2 weeks. This amazing lettuce is selling like hotcakes. The man responsible was the manufacturer of a semiconductor, Shigeru Matsunaga, whose work had no relation at all to agriculture.
できないものが宝なんだ。それをできるに変える、それがまた夢なんですよね。
It was a twist of fate, as the key to their success lay in their know-how of semiconductor manufacturing that they once parted with. We followed the turnaround of events leading to this factory's comeback.
I have a dream.
We have a dream.
These are the lettuces they have recently developed. At $5 a package, despite its high price, it is so popular it sells out as soon as it hits the shelves. What is its feature? This high degree of freshness lasts for up to 2 weeks. Plus, it is pesticide-free. Matsunaga, who developed this, was managing a semiconductor manufacturing plant until 4 years ago. All the employees were complete beginners in farming. Why were these workers able to create this lettuce of 2-week lasting vitality without the use of pesticides? The reason lies within their expertise in semiconductor manufacturing. We uncover their skills. In order to create precise semiconductors, not even a fleck of dust should be found on them. The inside of the factory is kept practically germ-free. If vegetables are grown in such conditions, they become virtually germless without the use of pesticides and stays fresh for 4 times longer. Also, these lettuces are cultivated without hardly any potassium, a nutrient known to be essential for growing vegetables. As the plants develop, potassium helps cells to grow bigger and plays a significant role in assisting with photosynthesis. If there isn't enough, the leaves become white, evidently resulting in bad crops. They eventually wither and die. In other words, lessening the amount of potassium given to their crops is contradictory to the methods of vegetable growing. Matsunaga is the first in the world to succeed in mass production using this method. The Great East Japan Earthquake. Matsunaga heard of patients with severe kidney disease at refugee shelters suffering from not being able to eat raw vegetables of aid deliveries. Kidney disease patients have a limit to the amounts of potassium intake. They are restricted to less than 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams a day. However, most foods contain potassium, and it is especially found in raw vegetables and fruit. 100 grams of leaf lettuce contains around 490 milligrams of potassium. 1 banana has as much as 400 milligrams. For example, one meal of these dishes would go over half of kidney disease patients' daily intake allowance of potassium.
家族が食べてれば食べたいなと思うし、トマトも昔みたくね、やっぱりそれこそかじってね、食べたいですよね。
Listening to their earnest wishes, Matsunaga was determined to take on a difficult challenge to develop vegetables low in potassium.
農家さんが作った野菜を食べれない方のための野菜作りが何かないかということを考えたんですね。
Matsunaga's lettuces are given sodium, which has similar behavior to potassium, as a substitute from the middle stage of cultivation. When this happens, vegetables continue developing as they are under the illusion of taking in potassium. The vegetables are harvested just before they realize they are taking in sodium instead. Lettuce with decreased amounts of potassium wither, whether they develop too quickly or too slowly. Therefore, it is necessary to grow them in an unchanging environment for 24 hours all year round. Due to this, these highly efficient thermohygrometers caught the eye of Matsunaga. They had been used during their semiconductor manufacturing days to record temperature and humidity every minute. This was because the difference of just 1 degree in room temperature or a small percentage in humidity causes an outbreak of static electricity, which leads to inferior goods. Matsunaga used the thermohygrometer to constantly control room temperature so that the lettuces all grew at the same speed.
前もこんなことをやっていたんで、大体違和感はありません。はい。
甘いんですよ。
Not only does it taste good, there is 80% less potassium content. On top of that, being grown in an aseptic environment, its crispy vitality can last for up to 2 weeks. On this day, Matsunaga had kidney disease patients with dialysis try out his lettuce with low potassium content. He had not experienced such happy comments from people at first hand during his semiconductor manufacturing days.
いやー嬉しかったですね。はい。でますますですね、これから自分らの使命っていうものがこう非常に感じ取れたと。
Matsunaga had another dream. He developed melons that are just as sweet as regular ones, but with potassium content that is cut to a third.
これをやっぱり早く患者さんに届けてあげて。
Lending an ear to the kidney disease patient's earnest voices triggered his motive.
健康な時のメロンのうまさあれ知っちゃってんからさでみんなに「今日のメロンどう？おいしい？おいしくねえ？」って「うまいんだよ」って言われた。
Saito has not eaten a melon for 6 years. Matsunaka's fully developed melons were delivered to Saito's home.
わあ、いいメロンだね。すごい。じゃあいただきます。いただきます。
Saito, who has suffered severe kidney disease, tries a melon after 6 years.
美味しい。ああ、こうやって思い切って食べられるのも本当に6年ぶりだね。口の中がさ、いまだにまだ甘みが残ってますよ。メロンの独特の味が残ってますよ。
やっぱりね、私たちも前じゃね、ああ美味しいなって食べれないですもんね。これなら食べれますね、みんなでね。
家族揃って食べるっていうのはね、そこに意味があるんでね。今まではね、家族にもう迷惑かけてたからさたまにはこんな買って食べさせてあげます
いやー、今こうメッセージ聞いてですね、なんか本当にちょっと涙が出てきそうになったのは、私たちがこれを始めるきっかけになったのはですね、家族と一緒に食事をしてもらいたいっていう気持ちがあったんですね。いやー、もう本当にあれだけ喜んで食べていただけるんであれば、これからもこういう方を一人でも多く増やしていこうと思いますね。本当に喜んでいただけてよかったなと思いますね。
Did you see the expressions on their faces?
Yes.
Well, the potassium-controlled foods like the lettuce and melon really seemed like a blessing to the patients who long to eat the same dishes as their family.
I agree, yes.
So are there any other low-potassium fruit or vegetables being cultivated?
Yes. The same company is now working on low-potassium strawberries and also tomatoes. And they're aiming to add more varieties in the future.
And other than controlling the amount of potassium, are there any vegetables with other controlled or enhanced nutrients?
Yes, there are. We have a few examples over here. Murakami Farm in Hiroshima raises these broccoli sprouts, which contain twice the amount of sulforaphane of broccoli, which is believed to act as an antioxidant and has a detoxifying effect on the body. And another example is these tomatoes sold by Kagome, which contains 1.5 times the amount of lycopene compared to ordinary tomatoes. And you might know lycopene is said to be good for your skin. And a last example over here, it's a kind of green pepper which was developed targeting children especially. And it's made by Taki, which is a seed company in Kyoto. And they succeeded in developing green peppers with only 1/10 of polyphenol of ordinary green peppers, which is the source of the bitter taste. So instead it contains 1.5 times the vitamin C and 2.2 times the carotene.
So it'll be interesting to see how different vegetables will improve in the future.
True.
So after the break, we'll be showing you an episode from a popular economics program, Gatsuri Monday. Don't go away.
The Sport Truck. New Mitsubishi Triton.
Drive at Earth Mitsubishi Motors.
Let's enjoy Japan.
Wonderful.
I knew you'd like this.
You know me so well. Where to next?
Golf,
Wonderful.
Japanese garden,
That's wonderful too.
onsen with a Fujisan view.
Wonderful.
Let's go then.
いらっしゃいませ。Wonderful.
Incredible.
Smiles ahead. Seibu Group.
Tomorrow never ends with you. With you. It won't. When the morning falls, we there so long. Well, I know we'll never.
For life's greatest moments. Bridgestone.
You're watching Channel Japan. Next, we'll show you an episode from a popular Japanese economics program, Gatsuri Monday by TBS. Today, we will introduce some successful examples of businesses in the high-rise buildings from various prefectures in Japan.
The highest structure in Tokyo is the Tokyo Skytree. In Yokohama, it's the Landmark Tower. The Abe no Harukasu is the tallest building in Osaka. All of these are packed with visitors. The highest structures of each prefecture can be the pride of the region. Many people come to visit them because of the incredible view. There are many high-rise buildings throughout Japan that attract many visitors and businesses, and they have a very positive effect on the local economy. At this 173-meter-high building, visitors can enjoy a hot spring. In the middle of a rice field, we found a slim, tall building. We learned that it was a unique research lab. Today, we will introduce various management strategies of these buildings. This is the tallest building in Chiba Prefecture. The height is 180 meters.
ホテル単体という意味では日本最高層のホテルになります。
We asked the general manager the reason behind building the highest hotel in Japan.
もともとは幕張プリンスホテルさんが運営されていらっしゃったんですけれども、アパがこの建物のホテル、それからブランドを取得したということになります。
The building was sold to APA when Prince Hotel was struggling with debts 8 years ago. Because the former hotel was designed to be a resort hotel, the lobby is spacious. And the hotel has a swimming pool.
設備はリゾート系なのに値段はビジネス系っていうね。
These are their annual sales.
大体年間では50億ぐらいになるんじゃないかなと思っています。
50億？
はい。1500室年間運営して大体 90% の稼働率ということで。
Their occupancy rate is far higher than the national average of 51.2%. Here is the secret behind the popularity of their hotel.
アパになってから、その4階に大きな大浴場をまず設けました。
There are 19 different bathtubs, including a tub made of natural rocks and wood. Their spas are quite popular among businessmen who want to relax from exhausting business trips. The management also targets families.
私どもアパになる前はシングルルームワンベッドの部屋だったんですね。家具とかベッドの配置を変えることによってツインルームにしてたくさんの方集客人数を増やそうという戦略でシングルをツインにしたお部屋でございます。
Under the former management, 80% of the rooms were single, but now 80% of the rooms are twin rooms. Now that it is more family friendly, more guests visit the nearby Disneyland. The hotel has a strategy when there are more single customers.
シングルルームをご予約された方 であったとしても、ツインルームで今日はご案内させていただきますということで、お客様も喜んでいただきつつお部屋も稼働させるということになりますので。
On the top floor, they have a fine dining restaurant. The lunch buffet is so popular that customers wait in a long line. The sofa seats on the 50th floor are also popular for enjoying its great view.
試合がある時には、5階の裏を終わると、球場から花火が上がるんですけれども、真ん前でご覧いただけますので、非常にこのスペースは人気で。
Guests can also enjoy the night view of the city. Next, we headed to Hokkaido to find the tallest structure.
高い建物。あれテレビ塔ですか？テレビ塔？テレビ塔じゃない？
Some said the TV tower is the tallest, while others said the JR Tower. In fact, the JR Tower is the highest building in Hokkaido. It's on top of a 38-story high-rise building right next to JR Sapporo Station. It's an impressive 173 meters tall. The TV tower is the second highest with a height of 147 meters. We asked the managing director what their annual sales are.
年間で約1000億規模でございます。1000億？はい。
The breadwinner of the JR Tower is the 7-story shopping mall that is very spacious. It became very popular among customers for its ease in moving around. Above the shopping mall, there are offices and hotels. We asked the marketing director if business is good.
おかげさまで、まあです。
There are hot spring spas on the 22nd floor.
札幌駅の地下1000メートルから組み上がっている天然温泉なんですよ。温泉なんですか？温泉です。
This spa is for female guests only. Non-guests are also welcome to these spas, so it is popular among local people as well. There is an observation deck where you can enjoy a panoramic view of Sapporo.
この場所でございます。ここで用を足していただきますけれども。
This glass-walled restroom was made possible because of the building's height. There is a reason why this high-rise building was built. Sapporo did not have many attractions before. The area where the TV tower is located is the only busy area, and the district near Sapporo Station was rather quiet. That's why JR Hokkaido decided to construct a building that would attract people's attention. In 2003, the JR Tower with a height of 173 meters was completed. The building attracted many more people than initially anticipated, and business picked up considerably. Next, we went to Shiga Prefecture. This is the highest building in Shiga. It's a slim building standing in the middle of a rice field. It is 170 meters tall and looks like a chimney. The building needs to be high because of what it is used for. It's a testing facility for prototype elevators.
例えば50階建てとか60階建てとかそういう高層建築になりますと、速いエレベーターが必要になってきますので、そういう速いエレベーターのスピードを出すのには、これぐらいの高さが必要と いうことです。
They have as many as 10 elevators that are used for testing purposes.
こちら高速の、分速600メートルのエレベーターになっております。
Let's see what the speed of an elevator that goes 600 meters per minute looks like. We'll compare it to the speed of a regular elevator. This is at 60 meters per minute. Next, the high-speed elevator that runs 10 times faster than the previous one. Now, let's go up for a ride in a high-speed elevator. Engineers do tests on the elevators.
これは、エレベーターの、振動を測定する、実験をやっているというところです。
An important factor in developing a new elevator is to eliminate the shakiness as much as possible. And it is especially important to minimize the shakiness during accelerating and braking. Just being faster is not enough.
本当にもうコインが立てても倒れないぐらいの揺れです。
So we asked them to stand a coin vertically to experiment.
大丈夫ですか？
大丈夫です。はい。
An employee presses a button and the elevator starts moving up.
動きましたね。
It is accelerating at a high speed from the start, but the coin doesn't move.
全然動きませんね。
It can stand even in a sudden brake.
もうそろそろ到着ですか？
そろそろ到着です。到着しました。
すごい。全然倒れないですね。
張ってませんから。
Because it requires a certain height to test sudden acceleration and braking, they needed to build a building as high as this one. Elevators developed by this company are used in these buildings. The sales figures of this company is now about $1.5 billion per year. Next, we headed to Nara Prefecture. We asked some residents which building is the tallest.
なんやろう。
奈良で高いもんって見たことないですね。
Many of the residents in Nara answered they didn't know.
大仏さんの建物が高いと思うんやけどね。大仏さんのな。
あれは大仏だよ。
大仏？
Some mention the great statue of Buddha. After some research, we learned that the highest building in Nara was this hotel. But it doesn't look tall. Its height is only 46 meters.
景観を維持するためにあまり高い建物は建てない条例になっておりますので。
The regulation to prohibit high-rise buildings is because Nara has many historical buildings, and they want to preserve the historic landscape. That is why this hotel, although it's only 10 stories and 46 meters high, is the highest in the region.
年間でだいたい16万人のお客様ご利用いただいてます。
16万人？
はい。
The biggest reason behind its popularity can be found on the top floor.
こちらがスイートルーム。
The general manager took us to the suite room on the 10th floor. Upon entering, we found a very quiet living room. And the next room was a bedroom. In fact, Their Majesties, the Emperor and Empress of Japan, stayed in this room. Although it is only 46 meters high, you can look out over the city of Nara. However, this hotel is faced a certain challenge.
奈良の場合には春と秋が非常にお客さんが多いものですから、逆に夏と冬が 非常に閑散時期ということになってきますので。
Most of the visitors who come to Nara are either students for school trips or senior citizens. The number of guests drastically drops during summer and winter, so the hotel came up with a strategy.
解決法はですね、この10階の上の屋上に秘密がございます。
We asked him to guide us to the rooftop.
すごい人ですね。わー。
It was crowded with many guests. This hotel's rooftop is used as a beer garden during the summer months.
見てください、いいでしょう。この景色を求めてきました。
いつも見てた改めて違う角度から見るといいですよね。
Because there aren't any tall buildings nearby, many people can enjoy having beer while looking at the view of the city. In winter, they open up the rooftop to guests so they can enjoy the first sunrise of the year. And in January, it offers the best position to enjoy Nara's seasonal attraction, which is the burning of the dry grass on Mount Wakakusa. This helped in attracting more guests.
世界遺産が一望できるように、ちょうど正面に興福寺の五重塔。
From the rooftop, you can also view the famous 5-story pagoda. It seems the height is about the same as the hotel.
実はですね、奈良で一番高いのは五重塔なんです。
五重塔なんですか？はい。ここは
五重塔に次いで2番目になります。
2番目なんですか？はい。
Actually, the height of the pagoda is 50.1 meters, while this hotel is 46 meters. So the pagoda is higher by 4.1 meters. Therefore, this hotel is the highest among modern buildings. The regulation to prohibit high-rise buildings was based on the height of the pagoda. It was made to prevent developers from constructing buildings that were higher than the 5-story pagoda.
The buildings in each prefecture were unique.
They were, weren't they? And Japan is known to have frequent earthquakes, but numerous high-rise buildings exist, and developers continue to build even more. And what makes all this possible is the advanced anti-seismic building technologies that Japan has.
What kind of technologies are there?
Well, one way is to set up a huge pendulums on the top of the building, which is already in practical use, and the pendulums work as a countermeasure against the swaying motion of the building, and as a result it absorbs the energy from the shaking of from the earthquakes. And also the use of rubber in the foundation of seismic isolation is often implemented in many high-rise residences in Japan.
Myanmar, Red, United, 世界への挑戦 Passion, Spirit. 次のプレミアムフィールドへ。
Channel Japan. Your source for the voices and views of people and businesses across Japan. The latest reports on Japanese companies, culture, and technology. Find out what's happening on the ground. Every week, direct from Tokyo, Channel Japan.
Well, that's it for this edition of Channel Japan. There will be more on the latest information from Japan, so join us again next time.